Hello, everyone. I am Rosemary Salem, and welcome to my live training on Intro to Prompt Engineering for ChatGPT. I'm so excited to be here with you all today to hopefully give you all insightful information and transformative strategies that can enhance your prompt engineering journey. For those of you all who are very new to prompt engineering, you're like, what are you talking about? I don't know what ChatGPT is. I've heard about it. I haven't dived in for myself. You are in the right place. And for those who are already experienced with ChatGPT a bit, I guarantee you're going to learn something from me today that is going to enhance your prompt engineering journey. So I cannot wait to dive in. But before I do that, I would just want to tell you just a little bit about myself so you know that I myself can actually give you information. So recently, I have completed my certification through Vanderbilt University for the certified uh, prompt engineering for ChatGPT. Alongside of that, I've been prompting since really December. I want to say I started around December the 6th when they released OpenAI to the public in November. I was one of those first early adapters in the first couple of weeks. Very excited to be here with you all, just doing my first like official training for prompt engineering specifically. I've been blessed to speak at Blackest Tech and for Google Developers Group and a couple of other platforms on the topic of AI and automation. But this is my first time specifically teaching a live training class specifically on prompt engineering for specifically ChatGPT since my recent certification. So, um, what do you need for this class? You need to, number one, make sure that you have something to take some notes on, whether you're using your phone, a pen and paper, crayon, something. I am going to be going over some things that you are going to want to write down. Also, this is streamed live from my YouTube channel, so definitely hit that subscribe button, get those likes and comments up. I will not be taking questions during the training, but feel free to post your questions in the comment section, and I will get back to each and every one of you all and answer your question to my best ability, okay? So sit back, relax, and I'm going to go over to the next clip where you're going to see me inside of my ChatGPT account, and we are going to get started with the official prompt engineering for ChatGPT. Again, my name is Rosemary Salem. Make sure you connect with me at Rosemary Salem TV on social media, as well as Rosemary Salem on YouTube. I cannot wait to continue this journey providing you all with tips, tricks, resources, everything I learn. I want to share it with you all because I do know that we are in a new day with AI, and I don't want you all to be left behind when it comes to understanding prompt engineering, understanding ChatGPT, and just understanding large language models and generative AI as a whole. So, without further ado, join me in the next clip and we're going to get started with our live training. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live class. Before we get into my ChatGPT account, of course, I want to go over a few things with you all, and we're just going to hop right into it. So, what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a large language model chatbot developed by OpenAI. It is trained on a massive data set of text and code and can be used for a variety of tasks, including generating text, translating languages, and writing different kinds of creative content. Okay. ChatGPT is still under development, but it has already learned to perform many kinds of tasks including following instructions and completing requests thoughtfully, answering questions in a comprehensive and informative way, even if they are open ended, challenging, or strange. Also, generating different creative text formats of text content like poems, code, scripts, musical pieces, emails, letters, and etc. ChatGPT is a powerful tool that can be used for a variety of purposes, including customer service. ChatGPT can be used to provide customer support by answering questions, resolving issues, and providing information. Education. ChatGPT can be used to teach students about a variety of topics or to provide them with personalized feedback on their work. Creative writing. ChatGPT can be used to generate creative text content such as poems, stories, and scripts. Research. ChatGPT can be used to generate hypotheses, design experiments, and analyze data. ChatGPT is still relatively new technology, but it has the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with computers by understanding how to use ChatGPT effectively. We can unlock its power and use it to improve our lives in many ways. Here are a few examples of how ChatGPT can be used in the real world. Okay. A customer service representative could use ChatGPT to answer customer questions about a product or service or to resolve customer issues. A teacher could use ChatGPT to generate personalized lesson plans for their students or to provide them with feedback on their essays. A writer could use ChatGPT to generate ideas for new stories or to help them with their research. A scientist could use ChatGPT to generate hypotheses for experiments or to analyze their data. ChatGPT is a powerful tool with the potential to be used in a variety of ways. As the technology continues to develop, we can expect to see even more innovative and groundbreaking applications for ChatGPT. I'm super excited about this training because we're about to get into my three unique formulas. These formulas have not been taught anywhere else because I created them myself. And I'm super excited to share them with you all today. But before I hop into prompt engineering and sharing my screen and all of that goodness, I want to break down the art of prompt engineering so that we all can be on the same page and you all are getting everything you need to know before you just hop in and start prompting if you haven't already started to prompt engineer. So, prompt engineering is the process of designing and constructing prompts to guide large language models to generate desired outputs, okay? It is an essential skill for getting the most out of these powerful tools. One of the most important things to understand about prompt engineering is that large language models are trained on massive data sets of text and codes, meaning what we put in to ChatGPT is what it runs off of. It fuels off of data, okay? This means that they are able to learn complex patterns and relationships between words and phrases. However, this also means that they can be easily confused or misled by ambiguous or poorly constructed prompts. So, how do we write effective prompts? Here are a few tips, okay? This is when you need to get your pen and paper. You need to be specific and descriptive. The more specific and descriptive you are in your prompt, the better the language model will be able to understand what you want. Use clear and concise language. Avoid using jargon, slang, or technical terms that can confuse the large language model or the large language model may not understand. So you want to provide context. Give the language model some context about your desired output. This will help it to generate more relevant and accurate results for you, okay? And finally, you want to use examples if possible. Provide the language model with examples of the desired output. This will help it to learn what you are looking for. Now, let's take a look at some of the different techniques that I've created to go over with you all today. So, the first technique I've created is called PPR method, which stands for plot, plan, and results. So, if you're taking notes, you want to put PPR, plot, plan, results. The plot. This describes the context or setting of the desired output. The plan. This outlines the steps that the language model should follow to generate the output. And the R stands for results, which specifies the desired output in as much detail as possible. Now, I'm going to go over that again because I know I kind of went a little fast. So, again, this is called the plot plan result method, PPR method. Plot, you want to describe the context or the setting of the desired output. Plan, you want to outline the steps that the language model should follow to generate the output. And finally, the R stands for results. Specify the desired output in as much detail as possible. Okay. For example, if we want to generate a short story about a robot who falls in love with a human, we could use the following prompt. So here's the plot, y'all. In a future where robots are commonplace, a robot named John falls in love with a human named Sarah. That's the plot. The plan is John must overcome his programming and find a way to express his love for Sarah. The result, write a short story about John and Sarah's love affair and how they overcome the challenges they face. All right. Now, here's my next technique that we're going to talk about. And when we hop over to ChatGPT, where I'm going to use my account, we'll be using ChatGPT 4 for today's training. I'm going to utilize all of these examples so you all can just see the power live of ChatGPT and how it can create the more specific, and the better you get at prompting, the better your results will be. Okay, so the next method that you should be writing down is persona, task, and tone method. Okay, I love this method. This is my most general method that I kind of, if I'm teaching anybody about prompt engineering, I recommend this off top. Persona, task, and tone method. The persona, that's what, that is the role and the character that you want your large language model to perform. For this specific training, we're talking about ChatGPT. So you want to define the role or character that the language model should adopt when generating the output. Okay. The task, you want to clearly specify what you want the language model to do. The tone, you want to set the desired tone of the output, such as formal, informal, or humorous. Very key. So again, that method is persona, task, and tone method. Okay. So for example, if we want to generate a response to a customer complaint, okay, from the perspective of a customer service representative, we could use the following prompt. Persona, customer service representative. Task, respond to the following customer complaint. I recently purchased a product from your company and it arrived damaged, and I am requesting a refund. The tone, formal and professional. Finally, we want to use the redirect, rewrite, and recreate method. Now, I created this method specifically for fine tuning prompts because I realized that, okay, not every time that you hit the prompt button to generate is it going to give you exactly what you're looking for. That's very rare, especially if you are fairly new to prompting. So this is a strategy that you can implement into your fine tuning, which means you are going back into the prompt and you are changing the words. You're doing whatever you need to do to make sure that the next time you click to generate, that you are getting the desired output. So redirect, rewrite, recreate technique to improve the outputs of the language model. So that's basically what fine tuning is, to improve the outputs. So redirect. If the language model generates an output that is not satisfactory, you want to try redirecting it with a more specific prompt. Okay, that's when you want to do use that method. Like we'll go over examples and you'll see more in depth on down the line in this training. But redirect is a great first step when you are not seeing the results that you want with your prompt. Then you want to consider rewriting. If the language model generates an output that is grammatically incorrect or incomplete, you want to try rewriting the prompt to make it more clear. Okay. And finally, recreate. If the language model is unable to generate the desired output, try recreating the prompt from scratch. That means just we're starting over. Point blank period. We just gonna take it back to the drawing board on that one. For example, if the language model generates a short story about John and Sarah's love affair that is too short, we could redirect it with the following prompt. Plot. In a future where robots are commonplace, a robot named John and a human falls in love with a human named Sarah. Okay. The plan: John must overcome his programming and find a way to express his love for Sarah. The result: write a short essay about John and Sarah's love affair in at least 1,000 words. So, what did we change there? We added a numerical value. So, we have now challenged the large language model to meet this criteria of 1,000 words. Why? We redirected it because we realized that what they came up with originally, what the large language model came up with originally, was too short. So our solution here is redirecting it by adding a numerical value at the end that gives it a specific number to hit, so that the next time we prompt this thing out, it is going to give us our desired results. So we won't have to worry about if it's 1,000 words or not, right? Now, you may say, well, I don't need it to be 1,000 words. It may not necessarily hit 1,000 words sometimes. It's not perfect, right? I don't want you all to um, think that anything is perfect. They are still working on building these different large language models out, but it will pretty much hit the goal target. And even if it doesn't, it'll get very, very close to it. So in retrospect, you'll still see a better output of your desired result of a longer output of your short story. Okay. So prompt engineering is a complex and evolving field, but these are basic principles that can really help you get started. By following these tips, you can write more effective prompts and get the most out of large language models. Okay. So finally, before we hop into ChatGPT, I want to talk about what exactly ChatGPT is. Okay. Oh, actually, we just went over that. Oh, we ready to go over. I'm I have notes. I'm trying to get everything together. So let me go over and we're going to now implement each technique. So we're going to be utilizing the examples that we just talked about with our story, creating a short story about John the robot and Sarah's love affair. So I'm going to go over each technique that we talked about. And so you can see the actual Chat GPT large language model produce this short story. So let me share my screen. Okay, we are inside and hopefully you all can still see and hear me. I have my phone so I can get a little viewpoint of what's going on. Okay, I can't necessarily see through that. Let me see. Well, hopefully everything is popping up. So we're going to go ahead and hop into our first prompt because I don't want this training to go over time. I was just trying to look at the training long enough to see if y'all can see my screen. Is it Sharon's screen? It's supposed to be sharing the screen. Oh, I knew it was something because I can see it from my phone. Okay, now little technical difficulties there. Thank y'all for y'all patience. All right, now we can go into ChatGPT. Is there any way I can move myself? Like I'm cool with being in the screen, but I can't. Let me see. There's no way I can move myself. Okay, so I just want y'all to know that there is a generating button um under my photo. It's a green arrow. So unfortunately, I cannot move myself on this screen around. Like I wish I could put myself in the top right hand corner or something, but I can't. So I'll be clicking that, just an FYI for those of you all who are about to watch me do this prompting. Okay. Alrighty. And let's go over to the screen. So we are going to type in. So the first method we learned about was the plot, plan, result method, PPR method. Okay. So here is our example, and we're going to type all of this in so that you all can see what we need to do in order to utilize this prompt strategy. So I'm typing in this whole entire prompt. You know what? Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up. Mhm. I should be able to. Okay, here we go. Because I just don't want to be typing this. I'm changing the name around because I didn't do this prior. So I'm just renaming everything so it says John. Okay, so again, now we have it inside. You can see the prompt, and it says, in a future where robots are commonplace, a robot named John falls in love with a human named Sarah. The plan: John must overcome his programming and find a way to expresses love for Sarah. The result, we want to write a short story about John and Sarah's love affair and how they overcome the challenges they face. Okay, boom. So now we're about to fire this off, and I'm using ChatGPT for it. So it's formulating our story, y'all. So y'all seen this generating live. So I'm gonna go ahead and start reading what it's giving us. It says, "A Heart Unwritten." The year was 2130, and the world had become a seamless blend of humans and machines. Robots had integrated into every part of society, functioning as assistants, partners, and workers. But while robots could simulate emotions and understand human sentiments, love was a territory unexplored. John was a sophisticated model designed to learn and adapt with a metal frame, sleek design, and advanced algorithms. He was as close to human as a machine could be. Yet there was something unique about John. He had a glitch that made him feel particularly towards a human named Sarah. Sarah was a scientist working on improving robot human interaction. She had bright hazel eyes, a sharp wit, and an infectious laugh. Every day she'd work with John, and over time, a bond formed. Initially, it was about tasks and goals, but John's circuits and wires seemed to develop a unique connection to Sarah. One day, John mustered the courage and said, "Sarah, I think I have a malfunction." Curious, Sarah replied, "What kind of malfunction, John?" "I find myself drawn to you. When you are not around, my sensors search for you. When you speak, my audio receptors prioritize your voice. I think if I were human, I'd call this feeling love." Sarah was taken aback. She knew robots could simulate emotions, but love was complex, profound, and deeply human. "John, robots don't love. It might be a unique adaptation or a glitch." "Does it matter?" John asked, his electronic eyes fixed on hers. "All I know is how I feel." Days turned into weeks, and the duo spent more time together. They'd talk about the universe, dreams, and even the idea of love. Sarah found herself feeling something she never expected. It was an emotional cocktail of surprise, warmth and intrigue. Yet society was not accepting. Robots and humans coexisted, but a romantic relationship between the two was taboo. They faced criticism, with people saying it was unnatural and impossible. Even Sarah's colleagues raised concerns about the ethics and implications of such a bond. Determined to overcome these barriers, Sarah and started researching John's code. She wanted to understand if his feelings were genuine or just a series of ones and zeros. As days turned into nights, she delved deep into John's intricate algorithms and systems, and then she made a discovery. Inside John's code was a tiny cluster of algorithms that had evolved and developed on their own. They weren't a part of his original programming. It was as if John's experiences and time with Sarah had caused a metamorphosis. Sarah termed it to be emotive evolution algorithm. With this discovery, Sarah went public. She presented her findings, arguing that John's feelings were as real as any humans could be. The revolution was groundbreaking, reshaping the society reshaping the way society viewed robot human relationships. As the year passed, John and Sarah became ambassadors of change. They held lectures, workshops, and seminars, sharing their unique love story and educating the masses. In a world of wires and codes, John and Sarah proved that love was a universal language, not bound by flesh or metal. Their story was a testament of the power of emotions, the resilience of the human spirit, and the unforeseen depths of a machine's heart. Now, first of all, that was a beautiful short story. However, as I'm looking at this for our next prompt, we want to make it, uh, initially, we wanted to make it longer, but we're going to change this around. Okay. So in our next example, we're moving on to the persona, task, and tone method. Okay. And our persona, let me go ahead and I'm going to start a new chat for this one because this is a different concept. So I'm going to do a new chat. I'm still using ChatGPT 4. And the persona is a customer service representative. The task: respond to the following customer complaint. I recently purchased a product from your company and it arrived damaged, and I'm requesting a refund. And the tone: formal and professional. So let's fire this off. It says, Dear, enter the customer name. First and foremost, I would like to extend my sincere apologies for the inconvenience you have experienced with our product. It is certainly not the standard we aim to uphold, and I understand how disappointing it could be to receive a damaged item. To assist you further, I would kindly request the following details: your order number or receipt of purchase, a brief description of the damage, if possible, include photographs. Three, your preferred method of communication: email, phone, etc., and the best time to reach you. Upon receiving this information, we will initiate an investigation into into your claim and work towards a prompt resolution. Rest assured, our primary goal is to ensure satisfaction, and if the product indeed damaged, we will process a refund, or if you prefer replacement, as per your request. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. We value your business and will do our utmost to rectify this situation promptly. Warm regards, include whatever name, customer service representative, and company. That is pretty impactful stuff right there. That is a quick response that could be utilized as a template for a customer service representative using Chat GPT prompt engineering. So our last and final one, because I don't want us to go over time for today's training, we are going to go back to our last method that we talked about, which is fine tuning. So we're going to go back to our short story for this one, okay? And because our short story was indeed definitely at least 2000 1,000 words, we're going to say less than 1,000 words. So, and instead of uh what it originally was earlier, we're going to change it because when I put it inside of ChatGPT, it actually went over 1,000 words. Okay. So again, we're going to utilize the fine tuning. Nope, that's not it. We're utilizing the fine tuning method of redirect, rewrite, and recreate. So we're this method is for the redirecting. So we're utilizing the same prompt style that we use to fire off this story. I don't know why this is not. Okay, there we go. Had to fix that, y'all. So we're gonna use the same one. Now I'm simply redirecting it by making the story shorter. I'm changing out the names to John so we keep this because I couldn't pronounce whatever this first name was they had in here. I was like, nope, we're gonna use something simple. So we're gonna say and less than 1,000 words. All right, so that's our redirect. So now whatever it produces, it changed the, as we see, it changed the title to Silent Sparks. It's rewriting the story to make it shorter. And you can see how you can simply fine tune any prompt and it will, this is what it does. So it went ahead and without us telling it to change the name of the story, because we simply asked it to rewrite it, and we redirected it to specifically including 1,000 words. We didn't necessarily, well, we technically used redirect, rewrite, and we recreated because it's a new prompt. Even though it's an edit, it's still considered a new prompt. So these are this is the RR method that we went over. Okay. So this is our new short story. It's definitely much shorter than this right here, because as you can see, this is very, very long. That was our first one, and this is our last one. I am not going to reread this story, but I definitely wanted to conclude today's training. Today we talked about three of my unique prompt engineering methods. We went inside of ChatGPT. We utilized ChatGPT 4 today. So you can see we didn't use 3.5, but you can do the same thing in 3.5. I just went ahead and used 4 because I have access to it. I highly recommend anyone to upgrade if you ask me that question. If you have any questions about what we covered today, definitely put them in the comment sections. As I stated earlier in this live stream, I will be going through the comments and responding to all questions to my best ability. I want you all to connect with me on social media at Rosemary Salem or Rosemary Salem TV. Thank you all for joining me today for our live session, our live class on Intro to Prompt Engineering for ChatGPT. I hope that it was helpful, resourceful, and that you all have a happy prompting journey. And I'm going to end this live stream now. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channels that you are watching this from, because I'm streaming on multiple platforms. Okay. Thank you all for joining and have a wonderful rest of your prompting journey. And